First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Yahweh is to this world ignorantly caused God. Yahawashi is to this world ignorantly caused Jesus. Ba'ashem means in the name, Rakah means spirit, and Kodash means holy. That's all in the Paleo Hebrew. I also want to give double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Today's video, I wanted to talk about how the American way of living is destructive. Okay, the American way of living is destructive. And it's funny, I made this video yesterday, and hey, there's no audio. Right, there's no audio at all. So here it is, I'm redoing it. But this video was inspired by, I had this communication class I go to, and the professor was going into like the subject of, I forgot exactly what the word is called, but she was pretty much going into like the definition of one entity controlling the opinions and the views of different other entities. Okay, and when she started going into this, she brought out the example of America. Right, she brought out the example of how America controls mainstream news, propaganda, okay, and the views of all other countries. Okay, when you turn on the television, you're watching a U.S. government pretty much, sometimes lies, right? Sometimes they throw in a little truth, right? But majority of the time, it's 90% lies, right? They're telling you what they want you to know, okay? And she was breaking this down and pretty much started going into Americanization, okay? How America influences other countries, right? The wicked things they do. And she was she was breaking it down, man. I was really paying attention. I'm like, damn, I can make a video out of this because this is exactly what the scriptures talk about. Okay, let's actually start with the first scripture in Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 7. It says, Babylon hath been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand. Now when it's talking about Babylon, right, it's talking about America. It says, Babylon hath been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Right, when it's talking about wine, okay, it's going into the philosophy, right? Babylon has pushed that Western American philosophy upon all other nations, okay? And for that reason, the nations are realizing that the American way is not it, right? They're becoming mad, okay? Because they're realizing that as soon as that Westernization reaches their country, everything goes to shit, right? Their sons become homosexuals, they become gay. Their daughters become sluts, prostitutes, right? Start dressing provocatively, okay? The morals and just everything just goes to a complete bottom, okay? Because the Western American philosophy, that wine, is just do as thou wilt, right? Do whatever you want, okay? If you want to be a homosexual, do it. If you want to be a pedophile, do it. If you want to fuck animals, bestiality, do it, right? Everything goes here, okay? And ultimately, that's wickedness, okay? It's wickedness. And when the teacher, right, professor, started going into this topic, she started putting out a couple examples, right? I wrote them down here, but the first one being when the first KFC reached Africa, right? So pretty much what happened, as she was explaining, is that KFC, right, dropped their first location in Africa, okay? And what happened is that KFC was like a delicacy over there, okay? Because only the rich could afford it, okay? It was in dollars. So what happened is that all these rich people, they would eat KFC every single day, and it was like a status thing, okay? And they would eat KFC and KFC and KFC until they can't no more, okay? And, throughout time, they realized that, why are all these rich people that are eating KFC, why are they all becoming obese? Why are they all having heart problems, right? Why are they having this and that, right? They started seeing a trend, right? Because these Hamites, Africans, they didn't know that KFC was unhealthy, right? They didn't have that information. They just thought it was chicken, right? It tastes good. But they started seeing that this shit is killing us, right? Whatever they put in that chicken, whatever they do is killing us, okay? And it goes back to what I was talking about, that wine, right? The American way is to kill and to destroy. It's destructive, right? Here it is, damn chicken, right? It's supposed to be good for you. The Americans, the Edomites, have found a way to weaponize it. Right, I found a way to make something healthy unhealthy, okay? And ultimately, it's to benefit off you, right? Make money off you, and that's all they think about. So when these Africans started seeing that, they started completely revolting, right, they came to their senses and realized that, damn, right, these Americans really don't have nothing good out for us. Okay, and you actually could, I don't think it was in Africa also, or one of those countries where, South Africa, I think, where you had Kamala Harris recently, right? She tried pushing that LGBTQ alphabet bullshit campaign, right? She started trying to go over there and have these countries accept it, and instantly the president is like, nah, we're not fucking with that shit. Right? We see what happens as soon as you put that on our people, our sons and daughters. It completely corrupts them. So we're not fucking with that shit. Right? And what did Kamala do? She came with the slander, right? Slander campaigns, talking about how these people they hate, okay, and just started putting the labels on them, okay, trying to bully them into following the American way. And that's exactly what this country does. Babylon, that wine, okay, they force that shit down your throat, right? If you don't want to drink it, you don't want to drink the wine, so they'll take away your water, right? They'll take away your food. They'll sanction you. Okay, they'll punish you just because you don't want to be American. Okay, and that's why ultimately all nations are going to turn and destroy this place, right? Scriptures talk about that, because every single person, every single nation is realizing slowly, and is going to realize in the future, that America is the problem of the earth, right? America is the problem of the earth. It's the cancer. And for that reasons, you got to get rid of the source, right here on America. But this is Revelation chapter 14 and verse 8. It says, and there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Right, and that's talking about the destruction. Right, America made, okay, it says she made all the nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Right, so going into what I was talking about, right, America forces this way, okay, upon the other people. Right, you go to China, you have all these McDonald's. Right, it's called Americanization. Okay, that's that wine. Okay, and yeah, another example the professor was talking about was when they first put American TV in Fiji. Right, they found that as soon as they put American TV, all these reality TV series, okay, all these Kim K's on the TV, okay, these movies where they have the men being simps and the women being superheroes, right, completely changing the dynamics of pushing feminism. They found that as soon as they pushed this in Fiji, right, made it pretty much mainstream, readily accessible, they found a huge spike, right, from pretty much the age group from 13 to 18. They found a huge spike in eating disorders, right, and pretty much like body dysmorphia, okay, because you had all these women, right, that their beauty standards over there are different, right? They had pretty much natural beauty standards, but as soon as they start getting pushed with Kim K, right, slim waist, fat ass, fake tits, fake lips, okay, weave, as soon as they start seeing that on TV, and that's the way you're supposed to be, their beauty standards got changed, and they try to be like that, okay? They try to be something that's really not possible, okay? It's very difficult to achieve that physique, and a lot of times it's enhanced, right? They pay all this money to pretty much take away fat, right? Liposuction, okay? They pay this money to put that fucking liposuction fat into their lips, make it fatter, right? Make their ass fatter, okay? And ultimately, it's unnatural, right? They took away the naturalness of the woman, right? It made me think of this video where these women, they go around the mall, or it was these men, they go around the mall asking women and men, right? They asked all the women, do you think your man would prefer a BBL or natural? Okay, and he told like 15 women, and they all said BBL, BBL, BBL. And he did the same thing, right? Dude asked men, you prefer a woman natural or BBL? And what do you think they said? They all said natural, right? Because that's what we want, right? We don't want some fake plastic thing, right? We want the real deal, natural, okay? A woman that's confident in her own looks. But that's not what this American society, Babylonian society pushes, right? Everything they push is just wickedness, okay? Right? But let's get Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2. And Salaki for the extended, elongated ranting, right? It's just sometimes the point has to be really emphasized on. This is Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Okay, and that's what we're in right now, is that we're in a wicked society, right? Right now, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, okay, scriptures talk about how he raises up and puts down kings, okay, and how he gives it. Hey, let's just pull it, man. Salakia, drop my phone. making sure I'm just recording. Let's get that scripture. The basis, man. This is Daniel chapter 4 and verse 17. It says, "This matters by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men." Okay, that's exactly what happened, is that the Most High right now has set up the basis of men to rule the earth. Okay, and those are the Edomites, right? So-called white people are the Edomites. Okay, let's get Job chapter 9 verse 24, classic. It says, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?" Right, the earth right now is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, and this started with the Edomites ruling. Right, their whole nature is to be wicked. Okay, and this actually started when the Greeks came into power. Right, that was the beginning of the Edomites ruling the earth. Right, the Greeks. Okay, and then after the Greeks, the Romans. And right now we're at the last end of the Roman Empire. Okay, and soon to come, all this bullshit is going to come to an end, right? And all these nations are realizing the bullshit. That's why I said they're all going to destroy this place by the way of nuclear fire. Okay, even America's allies, NATO and EU, are going to do that. Let's actually read that. I think that's in Obadiah. Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 6, it says, "How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?" Right, going into pretty much the deceitfulness that he has done, right? And hey, there's a whole list of things Esau, Edom, right, the wicked, the so-called white man, has done to pretty much deceive. Okay, he is, hey, we read it in Job chapter 9 and verse 24, right? He covered the faces of the judges, right? He hid the real identity of the Israelites, right? So-called Latinos, Negroes, and Native Americans, right? And he actually painted himself as being the true people of the Bible, right? When in actuality, he's not, right? He's not at all. But it says, "All the men of that confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee, and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him." Right? So that's what it's going to reach. Right? All the men of Esau's confederacy, okay, are going to turn against him. Right? NATO and EU. Okay, because they're going to realize that this is the problem. Right? That Zionist, America, Israel collective, that is the problem. Right, we need to get rid of them because all they push is just wickedness. Okay, and ultimately wickedness is death. Right, sin leads to death. Let's get another one. Revelation 17. This is Revelation chapter 17 and verse 16. And when it's talking about the beast with the 7 heads and the 10 horns, right, that beast is pretty much going into like the infrastructure. Okay, the beast system. A lot of people call it that. Right, but the 7 heads is dealing with the 7 major empires of the Edomites. Okay, and the 10 horns is dealing with NATO and EU. Right, because it all started with 10, if you really actually look into it. So it's all talking about this entire system. Okay, but it says, "And the 10 horns," right, it's talking about NATO and EU, "which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore." Right, and the whore is talking about Babylon the Great, America. It says, "And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. For God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of God shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth." Right, and America is that great city, Babylon the Great, right, which rules over the kings of the earth. Right, this is what I've been saying the entire video. Right, how do you know, Salakia. This man once said, "You want to know who's in power? Look at the people you can't criticize." Right? Look at what's happening in the world right now in all these universities and why they're being canceled, expelled. Right? All these riots and protests and polices. Right? Who are these people in the campuses criticizing? The people with the small little black hats over there in the Holy Land. Right? And those are the ones in power. Those are the Edomites. Okay? Pero, that's the point, man. I want a little bit of a tangent, right? Ultimately, the main point of this lesson was that the American way of living is destructive, right? The American way of living is destructive. And the reason for that is because the wicked are in authority, okay? And the people are mourning, okay? When the wicked are in authority, the people mourn, okay? When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. And soon is going to be that, right? Because soon the kingdom of heaven, which is the Israelites ruling forever, right, with the law, statutes, and commandments as the way of living upon the earth, soon that's going to be a reality. Okay, and people are going to realize how righteous and how fruitful, how beneficial the laws of the Most High are. Okay, so pretty much a recap, since I was all over the place. Brought up the scriptures talking about how Salakia, this bird right here, brought up scriptures talking about how the Babylonian wine, right, the philosophy, the American way, okay, is destructive because it's against the laws of the Most High. Okay, and for that reason, okay, these nations that have been pushed that lie are going to revolt, right, going to turn upon this place and destroy it by the way of nuclear missiles, because they're going to realize that America is the common problem. That's the common denominator in all situations. So hopefully this is edifying. With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the outer bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Shalom to you, like Shalom.